Hi guys, I thought I'd just give you a quick update on the van because I'm not going to have a chance to make a proper video for this week, so I thought I'd give you an update on the van. Enough people have been asking me about it anyway. There will be a part 20. Before I forget, most important, there will be a part 20, so please don't panic. I'll put lots and lots of detail on there. There'll be lots of catching up from part 19 all the way through. So yeah, there's plenty more good stuff to come. Anyway, and what I'm doing is I'm ploughing all my time into this van to get it finished. As you're probably already aware, I'm a bit up against it. Just to clear up a few confusions, I have made the changes to the logbook and got it back from the DVLA with the changes made. Because I'm well within the restrictions of what they allow, I just sent it off and got it back just for people that are interested. People sort of messaging me all sorts of odd messages, and I think I added to this confusion by saying that I was getting it inspected. What I meant when I said I was getting it inspected was I'm getting inspected for a gas safe certificate so that I can run a coffee machine from it. I'm within the restrictions as far as the DVLA goes, and I was basically asking, do you think if I change the brakes would that push me over, because I've already used my points, you see, because you're allowed so many points, and I'm up to the point where if I'm going to use up any more points, then I could actually lose the identification of the vehicle, and then I'd have to get it tested and perhaps Q-plated or whatever they do. But I don't want to go down that road. I'd rather just keep it on the original plates for obvious reasons. Like to keep the like to keep the history to a degree of the van. So what I'm going to do, because I haven't got time this week to show you a proper video, I haven't got time to make one, I haven't got time to sleep at the moment, so I thought I'd just give you this quick update. I know loads of people want to see it, so I've talked for too long already, haven't I? Right, so what I've been up to then this week, I'll give you a quick overview of what we've been doing. Right, fuse box. So I've been pretty much wiring in new circuits for the wipers, the washers, and that's the heater fan. And I've been trying to double insulate everything. So all the wires, I've managed to put most of them now. I'm just in the throes of finishing this off. So everything's been put in this split conduit stuff for safety reasons, of course. I've also put all my ducting in. I've got all the ducts finished. I couldn't get duct tape to fit to the ducts, wouldn't stick. So I've used masking tape, which isn't a long-term solution. So what I'll probably do is I may wrap this in something else, maybe some cloth tape or something. Anyway, wiper motors in there and all working, and I'll go around the other side. I'll show you what I've trunked all this up from the back end for the rear lights, so that's all done. I've just broken into this. This needs finishing off because the airflow meter was the wrong side of the engine. I've moved it all to the front, which is what I'll show you now. So we'll go around to the front. This is unfortunately the only air filter that I could find that would fit into the gap. What I may well do, if it makes a lot of noise, because I don't want it noisy, I want it nice and quiet, so what I may well do is I may make an aluminium housing for this. Keep this air filter, but put it in a housing with a cold feed pipe coming off somewhere, which will reduce the noise this makes. But I have fired it up and it didn't sound as noisy as I thought it would. What I've also done as well, because I've got rid of the original air filter, I've put this oil catch can, which comes off the breather pipe off the rocker cover, and that comes round to this oil catch can so I can catch the oil and water and stuff that comes out the breather. And then you just undo the bottom of that and just tip it out, and it's really good. It comes with a little dipstick as well, just for anyone that hasn't seen this. I mean, I'm so naive, I didn't know. I know none of this stuff exists until I actually have to research it myself. So got the washer bottle in there, everything's wired in. So I've wired the washer bottle, I've wired the recirculation system this week as well, and joined that to the petrol tank, so that's done. What else have I done? I've wired the temperature, so I've got a new sensor for the temperature gauge. I've done that. I've taken the from the oil catch can, I've put a crank breather on the end of there and just stuck it in the end of that filter, so hopefully it'll recirculate the crank fumes. That's the idea there anyway. And I've sprung mounted the sensor and the filter, and there's the wiring that I've just bought round for the airflow meter, so I've done that as well. What else have I done this week? Some of these brackets, I put these brackets in, and I bolted it through here. I've utilised this. This normally wouldn't be used for anything, so I've just utilised this to help hang these brackets off. I'll put some rubber washers under stainless steel fittings so the water can't run down inside. So let's just go round to the dashboard. Wipers all fitted. So it's looking a little bit busy in there, isn't it? So I've got my duct in again. That all comes round. There's the ECU buried in there, and I've been busily insulating everything, so everything's double insulated. I've got a few wires left to do yet. I've also wrapped a lot of where the wires go with this kind of self-adhesive foam matting. So that'll give it like a triple layer of protection, because I'm quite aware that vibration could wear through this stuff. So anything with a corner, I've tried to wrap that around as well. Yeah, let's just turn it on and see what happens. A guy was asking me at the NEC, he spotted that I'd made a cover up for the ignition. He said, "Have you made a cover up?" I said, "Yes, I have." He said, "Oh, that looks really smart. I'd like to have seen that." So here you go. I was going to save this till part 20, but I might as well give it away now. There's still going to be plenty in part 20 to see, I'm sure. And yeah, I made this up, and I made the front, bit of an interesting thing this, I made the front up out of fiberglass. So it's fiberglass around that section there, and then the rest's made out of steel. And I did that because of the passive anti-theft system. That's a coil that's mounted to the front of the barrel, and I wanted to make sure that that still worked. I wasn't sure whether it would work through steel or not, so I didn't risk it. I made it out of glass fibre instead, so it all looks really good. Happy with that. So that's that anyway. Just hear the fuel pump come on there, and yeah, I'm not gonna show you the washers because I have water everywhere, but 2-speed wiper system. It parks okay. That's the fan. What else have I been doing? Oh, lots of things really. I bolted all the floor down as well. Should I just fire her up? Should I fire her up? That sounded pretty positive, didn't it? That's it for this little catch up. I have got a few videos stored on the computer of a metalworking project I did not that long ago. I may put that on next week. I may. I may not. Let's see what sleep I get in between now and then. Catch you next week. Bye.